Hello, 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 everybody. We are here for week 3, series number 1 of BTL Season 15 between Spectre Gaming and Elysium Terra. I'm joined today by the wonderful ChickenTheWing, otherwise known as Caleb.
Hello.
And we got quite a game ahead of us, quite a series. We've gotten, you guys haven't seen the power ranking yet, but I have, so, this...
Oh, you have you?
Yeah, I made it, actually. But
Wow.
this game has a lot of implication on week 3 power rankings. And we have some history, or not history between the teams, but history for the teams. ET just had quite a rough loss against Dynasty Sapphire last week, so they're ready to bounce back, and I hope they do bounce back because SG is probably going to be one of their toughest opponents alongside Maria's Dungeon. So we have to see, now that they haven't lost their bans and stuff, see how well they do perform, because last week was quite a tragedy for them. I don't know if you watched, Caleb, but
I couldn't. I was out actually living a life. It's kind of crazy.
But anyways, to start off the bans for each side, ET has opted for the Syndra, Jace, and Victor ban, all 3 mid lane bans against Learning. So Learning is one of SG's premier carries for the team. And SG has opted for the Briar, Ezreal, and Graves bans. So they're looking at Frey, Little Feet, and Idris as champions pool. And notably, they didn't ban Nico, Diana, Lilia, or any AP champion that Vimstat plays. So a lot of danger there.
I was told by Vimstat himself that if he gets Nico, it's going to be the easiest 2-0 of their lives. So.
Alright, so we already got some secret trash talk popping around. But we have a first pick,
Let's
Zach.
see if he was lying.
First pick, Zach from ET. Quite an interesting jungler pick there. I actually had a lot of respect for SG's Draven, but they opted out of it for a Lucian, where Draven hard counters Zach, whereas Lucian can only save himself from a Zach engage. So
that's all you need. You're an ADC.
But Zach blind pick. How do you feel about that? He's not exactly the premier carry in the jungle.
Nah, but he's definitely a sleeper build. That one is. That guy goes AP, he's gonna 1v9 anybody, I swear to God.
We do have the Lucian Braum coming out in the bot side for SG, a very powerful bot lane, something very hard to get away from. And for champions like Zach that are melee, obviously, it's even more dangerous. So we'll have to see what ET decides to opt for. They don't have the Ezreal pickup, so they can't really play a full safe AD carry. And playing Xayah into someone like Lucian Braum, who can block the feathers and dodge the feathers, could be a little bit of trouble. But they did opt to hover the Xayah and lock it in. So that is going to be the Xayah pickup against the Lucian Braum. Better scaling, but
it's a pretty safe pick.
Way rougher.
I don't know, once you hit 6, you're pretty much negating any combat prowess Lucian Braum has, because, you know, just don't fight. It's that easy. Just farm. You're gonna scale harder anyways.
True.
I know you like to fight a little too much sometimes. But it is an option not to.
Only for the low. We do have Orianna coming in. Orianna with Zac, a very powerful pairing. Works just like the Jarvan, just like the Sejuani, just like Xin Zhao. Just a free champion to get in deep. There's not really any way to stop him right now. And when you have an Orianna ball onto a champion like Zac, makes his engage even that much more deadly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and also, in case obviously you weren't here last week, but we've been pronouncing Zawai's name wrong the whole time. It's apparently Zue. Just so you know.
Looks like
fact.
Zooey to me.
Yeah. We do have Asol as the match for Orianna. Asol has been quite rising in popularity recently. Great champion, great scaler, and a great champion to play into a team that wants to like go forward into you, and that's exactly what Zac and Orianna want to do. Zac and Orianna want to do. So it can be a little bit dangerous, but if there's enough burst coming out of the Orianna, Asol could be in a lot of trouble.
Plus, I mean, if Zach's the one engaging and eating the Aesol ult, he's kind of just like, he's Zach, you know, he's
Doing
gonna
his
turn
job.
into a couple blobs and call it a day.
Doing his job. Sorry, I'm trying to finish my noodles. Oh my god.
Wow, so unprofessional. Eating on the job.
I ain't getting paid for this. I wish I was.
On the job, you're eating.
Ito, where's my paycheck? And I'll stop eating.
Ito still hasn't paid me for winning the championship.
Anyways, we do have a Kennen Belveth coming out from SG. So Kennen, a very strong champion to be played. Very good pairing with Zac, so great ban there. Belveth ban is a little bit interesting. Maybe they're bridging a Zac in the support role. And ET is going to opt for the Jarvan Akshan ban. Jarvan, I don't feel like Vimstat really plays anymore. And Akshan, kind of interesting. I don't know if Swagazm plays that top, but are they really looking for another carry threat on SG? So two very interesting bans there. Not exactly the most ideal. And obviously they are going to lock in the Diana for Vimstat, one of Vimstat's favorite champions to play. So,
oh yeah, he's always bragging about his Diana. That guy is.
Interesting enough, that's not Nico, so I feel like we have to give him some shit for not locking in Nico. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
coward. It was up. You said you locked that in 100% of the time.
So we do have. I feel like
Zac
ET
support.
I feel like ET kind of disrespected the Diana there.
That's a Zac support. Absolutely, that's a Zac support.
And yeah, it does look like it's gonna be a Zac support. Again, I don't know how that's going to really do into a Braum lane. A little rough. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And they are going to lock in the Renekton blind. Most teams, especially in Worlds, have been going for a Renekton first pick instead. But this time they opted to save it for R5 into the blind top lane matchup. So Renekton blind pick top is been bringing up in popularity. But it just feels a little weird. If you're going to do that, why not do that sooner? But who knows. And we do have Swagazm's Alawi hovered. Last time Swagazm played Alawi, he played very well. He did struggle a little bit in the early game, but once he got out of that, he really, really performed in that mid to late game. So we do have both full comps here. Caleb, what do you think about each side? Who do you think has the advantage? Who do you like more?
Well, I mean, last time I saw Vimstat play Diana, he got a pentakill, so maybe we can get a second one.
A second one. He did already have another Diana game, and he did not get in last week, and he did not get another pentakill.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't watching. He had nobody to impress.
True.
What is he gonna do? Impress you?
Oh yeah,
imagine.
Anyways,
no.
Yeah, SG's comp is looking pretty deadly. They have the Aesol ult to pair with the Diana ultimate, and they have a good peel coming out from the Braum. But ET, they have the Zac Orianna. They have a Hecarim Orianna, which can be arguably way more dangerous. They have the safety of the Xayah, so it's going to be kind of hard to pick her out. I think I'm giving the advantage to ET here. I like ET's draft. The Zac support is a little bit weird, but other than that, I think everything over there is pretty strong for them.
I don't know. Spectre kind of has a comp where they want people to engage into them, and ET has a Renekton, Hecarim, and Zac on their team, so they're gonna definitely be doing that every chance they get.
Well,
I mean, like, if played correctly, Spectre should just have the upper hand here.
So I would agree if it wasn't for the fact that it was Orianna Hecarim. Both champions have extremely high damage, and if you don't avoid an Orianna ulti, you are going to die. And Aesol cannot afford to die in these fights.
Unless you are Alawi, who can just out-heal every source of damage from them.
If Alawi's running the team fights, something is not right. Name one time you saw an Alawi join a team fight and their team won. That champion is a split champion.
Every time I saw her press R.
Negative. You're speaking copium right now.
Oh,
that champion is a split push only champion. That champ does not team fight. Unless it's in a Baron pit.
Seems like you're judging my boy Swagazm over here.
Oh, I am. Oh no, I'm not.
You don't
Whoa,
trust.
whoa! I'm not judging Swagasm's pick. I know
Whoa,
Swagasm can
whoa,
form on
whoa!
a
You're
Lowy. He's a great split pusher.
100% judging him. You
I'm
don't trust him like I
incorrect.
do.
I am judging your idea that a Lowy can perform well in team fights. That's what I'm judging.
Well, you see, I know that Swagasm is the GOAT, so like he just outperforms every chance. So. Refute that.
Okay. OP Ivy, I predict gonna solo kill Swagasm. That's my refute.
Okay, but like, who cares?
That means Renekton will be more useful. Problem solved.
That's. I can't believe those words just came out of your mouth. Like Gamer Renekton being more useful than an Alawi.
Listen,
that's funny.
Listen, you always say that Pantheon starts falling off a cliff, Renekton starts falling off a cliff. Those champions have roles in the late game, and good players can perform those roles.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't mean that they start falling off the moment they load into the game.
It's not true. It's not. You have a warp sense.
It's so true.
Warp sense.
Every champion in the game scale. Bro, I'd rather have a attack speed Janna outscaling the Pantheon, you know?
Yeah, okay. Oh, no. Anyways, we are about to load into the Rift. You predicted SG has the advantage here. I predicted ET. So, I guess we're just going to have to see how both teams are playing and who's ready to take this win on the Rift. We will be right back as we load in. Any final comments before we swing it off to a break?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay. Thank you for that. Anyways, swinging it off to a break now. Don't go anywhere as we load right in. Hello, everybody. We are loaded on the Rift for Game 1 between Elysium Terra and Spectre Gaming. Caleb, are you with me?
I am absolutely with you.
All right. 3, 2, 1, 11, 12, 13.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into this game. We got some pings on the maps already. Teams are looking for some fighting. Braum is on the top side. Maybe they're going to look for something a little cheeky here. Braum is
Always
pretty
love to
good.
see invades.
Yeah.
I know they're your favorite.
Invade strategy. Braum is there. Fairly feet spotted, but is not gonna step up unless.
30 seconds until minions.
Uh-oh. We have a little bit of action. First damage going over to Zway. And just like that, it's over. They win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first damage. It's a new game mode League of Legends came up with. It's whoever does the first amount of damage just automatically wins.
After a few seconds of consideration, I'm done playing League of Legends.
Did you see the new Riot ideas? For anyone that doesn't know, they're coming out with this new Riot ID thing. Well, it's not new. Valorant's been doing it, but they're finally doing it over in the League. We do have a little bit of a
So
late
people are
invade.
gonna be stealing my League of Legends IGN, are they?
Yeah, apparently. But we do have a little bit of a late invade. Vimstat is still here. They're going to walk right into him. He sees her, though. We have a little bit of a fight over here. Asol's already moving. But Vimstat's getting chunked right now. He has to be careful here. Is that going to be first blood over to the Hecarim? Oh, first blood right over to the Hecarim. That is insane. Flash forward by the Renekton to get stunned on to Learning. And that could be Learning dead. Flash forward by Orianna. No, no. Tragedy is struck.
That right there is the chicken difference.
Yeah, tragedy has struck for Spectre Gaming. Already giving me first blood over in the first 2 minutes of the game. Plus another kill on top of that. Alawi's moving for the Hecarim. Diana knows that he's here. Hecarim gets the smite onto the red buff, but he's not going to be able to get away from this. He should be dead. Unless his Conqueror's procced in. Oh, he almost picked up another kill.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's going to be Vimstat super low, and we do have a fight in the bot side. Idris gets stunned by the Braum passive, but Paint Liquor is super low. Good poke here by the Xayah. My words are lost to me right now. Renekton needs to be a little bit careful here. He's both level. They're both
Diana
level 1.
Clear these wolves?
We are about to find out.
Yes, I guess he. Ooh, yeah. Wait! Oh, that was close.
Yeah, he did a flash forward by the Alawi here for the soul take onto the Renekton. This could be dangerous for Renekton. He's brought down to 150 HP. Can he keep dodging those tentacles? Seems like he can. The autopilot of the viewing system took us away from that, but already out with an explosive game for game 1 in this series.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think, if the trend of the game keeps staying this aggressive, this wild, who do you think has the advantage in a wild game?
In a wild game, the team that has the option of just forcing engages every single chance they get, aka ET.
Alright. We do have another soul pull onto... I gotta figure out what the name of that ability is. I cannot say soul pull every time. Come on. Test of Spirit, okay. That's not an easy name to say either.
Test of Spirit?
Yeah, that's just too long.
I guess.
I'm just gonna call it Spirit Pull. They pulled a Spirit. Diana is here on the backside for the bot lane, but nothing too crazy is gonna go out. And Renekton has started with the double scuttle advantage. Plus, he stole 2 camps of Diana's. He's going in for a third steal of the, or second steal of the Raptors, third camp stolen overall. So this Renekton is going to explode ahead of the Diana here if they cannot get Diana onto the map and with some successful ganks. Asol is moving.
It is looking a little rough.
But Asol is going to get caught out by the Orianna. Learning has to be careful here. He did prop down the E and get some massive poke damage onto Zoe, but not enough to turn that into anything advantageous. Hecarim needs to be careful here. He's going to walk right into Vimstat and Alawi. Alawi already missed the Spirit Pool. Oh, flash forward by the Diana.
Hecarim, he just walks for free.
Can the Diana turn this around? She already did flash forward, so she can't get out. She's going to be stuck here deep. Hecarim has the full Conqueror stack, but he does get the kill.
Hecarim's disrespecting her.
Yeah.
Why did he do that? Just walk away.
He should have waited for the Renekton to get there. Now Renekton's going to be a little bit of danger. The Spirit already got connected onto the Hecarim. He does manage to dodge out of some pretty big damage, and he double dashes away to safety. Alawi's attempting to chase here. Alawi could be in danger. She has to respect the Renekton damage here. The Soul Pool gets pulled in, and the Diana comes over the wall to save the Alawi.
That was way too close for my comfort, personally.
Yeah, what started out as a great start for ET, they're kind of slowly throwing away with some way too aggressive plays and way too greedy. Vimstat could be in danger here, though. Oh, and this might be a kill onto a double kill for the Hecarim here. Oh, the Q just snags both of them. Ugh, and what was a great play by Spectre Gaming, they did exactly what ET did. They just got too greedy, stayed too long, and just donated kills to the jungler.
You think you can end harder than I can? No way, bucko.
That seems to be the trend.
There's a little thing in this world called not fighting. I don't think either team has heard of it.
Yeah. We got some Zoe actually came out on top on that little trade there. I feel like that's not going to be the case for long once Aesol starts getting some items, but for now, the Orianna does have the quick trade advantage. Got a huge wave in the top side. OP Ivy is not going to be able to move for anything if anything does happen. We have an engage by the Zac. He does miss the elastic slingshot, but he does get the Q knockup with the Orianna ult to combo in. The Aesol ult does get a double stun, but that might be that Aesol. Oh, and Zoe has to flash out. He kind of overextended to try to get that kill.
That was a great Aesol ult.
Yeah, a nice double stun there. If he didn't stun both those targets, I think he would have been dead. Vimstat is there in the mid lane. He's looking for a kill onto Zoe. Zoe gets a flash forward by the Braum, but the knockups keep him alive, and that's going to be a kill going over to the Zac, and they're going to chase down this Braum, and an ulti forward by the Hecarim gets him another set of kills onto the Aesol, and a double kill for the Zac. He just needs to be careful here. And so does OP Ivy. They both are in these pretty aggressive lanes. Swagasm got the ultimate. The Spirit Pool does connect. And that's going to be OP Ivy brought down to about 100 HP. Swagasm is there with his ultimate, but the Renekton ults and gets the stun forward. Can he? Oh, he can't complete the kill. The tentacles are just too much. Very little feet is 2 levels above Vimstat here, but Learning is here. He has to be careful. He doesn't have his ultimate to get out. He does get the smite onto the red buff. Can he get a kill onto Vimstat before dying? But no, he can't. That's going to be another kill going over to Vimstat. And this game is just greedy play after greedy play. It's insane.
I love clown fests, my guy.
All right, let's see what Zac can do. Is Paint Liquor get too aggressive? Zac goes for elastic wing shot, and it does not miss, or does not connect. Great dash there by the Lucian. Dragon has been up for quite a while. No, neither team has been really posturing for that. Hecarim has
been too busy killing each other.
Yeah. Hecarim is a whopping 30 CS ahead of the Diana. I just realized...
But is he a whopping 30 kills ahead of the Diana?
No. Oh, Learning's taking quite a rough trade here. Zoe does get the ulting. That's going to be a solo kill for Zoe. And that should be Dragon priority going over there. The both junglers are on the bot side. Diana is level 5 to Hecarim's level 6. But Hecarim has opted to path topside for what looks like maybe a Herald start? What are these junglers, man?
They're just having a blast, man.
Apparently.
Let them have their fun.
Oh, we do have a 3v2, but the Zac elastic shots away. So nothing too crazy is going to happen on the bot side. Maybe Dragon gets started up here by Vimstat. Learning is in position, and they do know Zoe did reset. They have to know Hecarim's topside. Oh, we have an elastic slingshot onto the Lucian, and the Lucian gets ulted by the Zac. He almost gets solo killed by Zac, and now Idris has to be careful. He almost got stunned there. Zac is here, trying to put more CC down, but Vimstat is ready. Idris has ultimate, so they can't go in there. I feel like they can turn this with Idris' ult if they can bait Vimstat onto the Xayah. It looks like he does get away. Paint Liquor and Dr. Dad both below half, and we look for a potential dive in the top side onto this Alawi. Alawi's one of those champions, so that is really good at playing at a disadvantage. Let's see what she can do. If she can hit a soul on somebody and then ult, she's going to have the ulti. The ulti goes out and hits all 3 of them. What a tragic attempt there by OP Ivy and very little feet. Now OP Ivy might be dead to the Alawi. And that was just a grand misplay there. Why would they even try that? Alawi is not the champion. You don't even need the Renekton ahead. Stop playing for Renekton. He's not your carry. Get out of there. Oh, we do have an engage happening on the bot side. But nothing too crazy is going on. Renekton doesn't, neither top laner has TP now, so if Hecarim can get down here in time for the dragon, it will be a straight 4v4. Bimstat gets pushed away by the enemy bot lane. Alright, Caleb, look, no action's happening. You're free to talk.
For once, there's no action happening. This is... I mean, like, you just don't need to fight when you're this team comp, Spectre. I don't know why you're forcing every single fight you possibly can. Like, just let them do that. Every time they force a fight, they int.
Yeah.
Like, just chill.
Yeah, first dragon going over to Elysium Terra. About time somebody got a dragon. That's going to set us up for, if they stack perfectly, a 30-minute soul. Not the greatest timing, or 25-minute, one of the two. Oh, an ultimate by the Lucian does pop out and does pop Idris down to below half. I think Hecarim got that. And now Bimstat is fighting the Hecarim. Learning is here, but Hecarim has ulti, gets a double fear onto both of them. Bimstat is super low. Zaway is here to get the kill. And then Alawi's there to pick up the trade. Now Zaway has to be careful. Alawi does miss the spirit pool. Oh, Zach does go in.
Hecarim really does just press Q.
Yeah, he does, and especially with the Spear of Trojan build, that Q is even on. It's on such a short cooldown.
My junglers need to start playing that champion.
He did get kind of nerfed though. They nerfed water walking, so I don't know how strong he actually is.
Who cares? Press Q with Conquer.
Oh, we do have an ultimate onto Learning, and Learning just going to get chased down out of the way. Zaway flashes forward onto Learning to get the auto in, and that's going to be a flash for flash and a kill going over to Elysium Terra's mid laner. And now Hecarim's looking for an invade once again. Or is he just... Oh, he's dropping the Herald.
When is he not?
He drops the Herald mid here, and he's walking right into Diana. He spotted it. Can he get it? And that's going to go right over to Hecarim. Vimstat is just not having a good game. So many things are getting stolen from him. He's already down 30 CS, and now Swagasm's walking right into OP Ivy. OP Ivy does have the ultimate, though, so he got to be careful. The Spirit Pool does connect. They need to wait this out. They need to act, yeah, good call here. Walking away. Freddy's little feet's going to walk right into Dr. Dad. That's 2 marks. That's 3 marks. Can they get the stun? A flash forward by Dr. Dad to get the stun, along with the ulti for the knockup. And a ghost has been popped by the Hecarim. Hecarim should be fast enough to get away. Oh, a lot used there.
You gotta know you can't catch up to that guy. He's playing Hecarim.
Yeah. We do have Lucian's ulti popped to thin out the wave, so he can't get dove here. But Zach is just gonna flash forward with the ultimate. Exhaust goes down, and Paint Licker needs to be careful. Zach is still tanking. He just has to flash away, and they could not complete the kill onto Paint Licker. Now, OP kill switches a little bit of trouble. He's gonna die. Idris is also gonna die. Nice ultimate by the Asol. That's 1 kill picked up, and now another kill picked up for the Lucian. Great kill.
See, all you gotta do is wait. They fight you, you win.
That is true. They are fighting a lot. As a kill Learning desperately needed. He was 0-4, and now he's 1-4. Got some gold under his belt. I believe it was a shutdown too, so.
Lucian got the shutdown.
Ah, okay, it was Lucian.
It was a Zac shutdown.
First tower should be going over to Zaway. He should just auto the tower? What? Ah! Interesting.
Platings are gone. It doesn't really matter.
So we gotta get that first tower. Love. Zach goes in onto the Asol. That it does not connect the Q or the E though. Just millimeters away from hitting. Boom.
There it
First
is.
tower going over to Orianna. And now what can they do? Where do they want to put this Orianna? Next dragon spawns in a minute 20. Hecarim still has a level advantage. They also have level advantage mid lane, but everyone else is pretty even. Herald is spawning. Oh. We have.
Second Herald isn't really going to have much impact this late into the
we do
game.
have a little bit of a fight onto Learning here. Learning's going to die to the Hecarim with the Zac engage, and now Dr. Dad's in danger. He has to jump away. He's going straight to Vincent and Swagasm, but the Zac ulti does connect onto all three. That's a triple knockup, and now Zac is just having so much CC. Vincent goes forward and gets a double ulti onto both of Renekton and Zac and gets a double kill. Orianna hits a nice shockwave onto two of the members, and now Furry Little Feet can look for a engage. Dr. Dad's in danger. Dr. Dad dies, drops to the Hecarim, and now Alawi has to fly away, or flash away. That's going to be a 2 for 3 in Elysium Terra's favor. And that should be the Herald dropping. Alright, so we obviously know...
but not going to have that much impact, the second Herald.
It can open up another lane, potentially, and that's about as much impact as you're going to get out of that Herald.
But them committing to that is going to lose them pressure on the dragon, which is not that great of a trade, I think. Especially if Hecarim's walking top here. Does he not see Drake's up?
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting play there. He is going to back. He does have the empowered back here. We know that Spectre Gaming wants to kind of slow down the game and wait for themselves to scale and wait for the enemy team to go in onto them. So where do you want to see Elysium Terra coming in and trying to break open the shell that Spectre Gaming has?
Well, they need to look for picks first and foremost, because if they just force every fight they can, we do have a little bit of a fight here. TP coming in from Alawi, and Vimsack has a nice double ulti onto the Renekton and Zac. And now Alawi's in there deep, hits a double ultimate with a huge Asol bomb to kill one, but Hecarim gets another kill. But Asol picks up a double. Idris is trying to pick up some more kills, and they get the kill onto the Alawi. It's a 2 for 2 right now. Dr. Dad and Learning super low. Paint Liquor a 3/4 of the way, while Zaway and Idris are about full HP. They gotta be careful. So 2 for 2 overall trade. Dragon going over to Spectre Gaming. That time Asol did pick up a bounty.
Yeah, but
He got 500 from that kill.
Orianna 6-0 almost has the Archangel staff complete. She is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Paint Liquor go forward onto Idris, connects to W. But no kill to speak of. OP kill switch is looking. Goes forward, does not hit the knockup or the Q. And now he's going to have to walk away. He might get stunned. Has to be careful. He does not have
the Orianna might be fed, but like Asol is having the same amount of impact in fights with his ulti.
I feel like
especially with the empowered ulti, it's gonna have just as much impact, if not more, because it's gonna be doing more AOE damage than the Orianna ulti.
Yeah, but we do have a fight here. The Zac does get the double knockup on the Paint Liquor and Dr. Dad, and that's gonna be 1 kill going over to the Xayah. But back to the point you're saying, I think the only time, like, they haven't done it yet, but they need to synergize the Hecarim ulti with the Orianna ulti. If Hecarim can get like a 3-man fear mixed in there with an Orianna ulti, then I think the Orianna ulti will always do more than the Asol ulti. But Asol ulti inherently has more value if Orianna's not pairing it with anyone. Because they basically do the same thing.
Especially if he's getting stacks.
Yeah, OP Ivy here is a little bit in trouble. The souls are just doing massive damage, and he's gonna get died by
Fight bot lane also.
Asol is dropped the ultimate onto Idris to make sure that Idris can't continue the chase. Idris is tanking. He does have the ulti though, so should be safe. But OP Ivy should die here. He's gonna get dove here. Vimstat is ready. The best he can look for is a trade, but he does not get it. Vimstat is tanking, loses about half his health, and that's it. So tower for tower. and a kill going over to
That
Spectre
was a
Gaming.
very interesting play that Dr. Dad did. He had vision of all 4 of them and is walking up anyways. 1v4.
Oh, Learning gets engaged on by the Zac, and the knockup does connect, and Oriana's going to get some nice damage there. Dr. Dad is super low. Acel has to W away, so he's not going to be able to W aggressively, but Furry Little Feet is in there deep, picks up one, while Oriana picks up the other. Hecarim multi goes forward, hits the sphere onto Paint Licker. Now Paint Licker should die here, and can they get the Acel? Acel is in a little bit of a rough spot, but he should be able to walk away just fine. Zac is looking, but won't find.
I think they win that fight if Acel isn't forced to use his ulti to get Dr. Dad out. And that might have been a game-losing throw by him.
Yeah, maybe let Dr. Dad die there instead and use your ult more effectively.
Absolutely.
But, you know, he tried, and it just didn't work out. Thought he could do more with saving Dr. Dad. All right, so Hullbreaker.
Me personally, I would have just known that I can't 1v5 as Braum, but not everybody has those game-changing mechanics down.
Yeah. We do have Hullbreaker completed by Alawi, so she is going to become quite a split push threat. I don't know if Renekton can really ever answer her solo. He can be able to clear waves, but she will eventually get those towers down. Hecarim is looking, though, onto Swagasm. Swagasm shouldn't be afraid. It's just the Hecarim right now. Does connect the soul. And some good chunk damage there. About a quarter of his health, a third of his health just on the soul.
Oh,
And now Paint
that
Licker could
ability
be in
is
danger. Knockup does
fun.
connect onto Paint Licker along with that Zac ulti, and that's going to be Paint Licker dead to Idris and OP kill switch. And now Vimsat's looking, gets exhausted, and the Oriana ulti does connect onto Dr. Dad alone while Zac completes a knockup onto Vimsat. Vimsat goes forward with a double ultimate onto Idris, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be a 3-0, and that should be Baron. Swagasm can't stop it. He has TP, sure, but Renekton's not going to let him TP. And Acel, there's no way Acel can solo stop this. This Zac, honestly, is carrying the game, in my opinion. Like, harder than Oriana. He's finding the engages onto the key targets. And that's going to be Baron going over to Elysium Terra.
yeah.
And now Learning's in trouble. He got a little too greedy there. He's just going to die to the Hecarim, and now Swagasm's here alone. Swagasm does have the ulti. He hits the soul. He's going to drop the ulti. Can he do it? He does hit it, and that's 3. And now Swagasm's going to be super hard to kill, but Oriana is here. Very Little Feet is low. Paint Licker is in range, and that's going to be a kill going over to the Alawi with a flash forward. And now Zoe needs to get out here. They don't want to lose their Baron. Renekton is here, though. I don't think they should keep looking for this fight, but they do, and Paint Licker gets chunked out by Zoe. The knockup does not connect, but the Q does, and that's going to be a kill going over to the Renekton. And now Zac and Idris and OP kill switch are right on top of Swagasm, and Swagasm shouldn't be able to get away from this. So that's a 4 for 2. Dragon is up. No jungler, though. Okay, Vimsat hasn't started it. He just got the Herald. Will they go for it, or will
Yeah,
they
I'm not
just push?
convinced that Vimstat can stop them from taking it.
He does have Smite, though. So he can still. Idris has opted to get a tier 2 tower, and now he is rotating. They haven't even started it up yet, though. Maybe with Learning, Vimstat can look to contest, if that is something that they want to look for. But at this point, I don't even think it's worth it. It's not soul point. It's just a second dragon for either team. So they opted to not contest that. So very smart on them.
Mm-hmm. If they contest that and lose the fight, that might be game if waves were in good spots, which they were.
Yeah. Got
In the mid lane.
I got a 9k gold lead, or sorry, 8k gold lead in favor of Elysium Terra.
Yeah.
And Oriana has completed Death Cap. Such a powerful and crucial item on that champion.
Spectre definitely has not been playing to their team comp strengths this game.
Yeah. And
If they did, this could be an entirely different game.
well, there were points where they were, and that's when they picked up kills.
And they were winning those fights.
Yeah.
That's why they have 16 kills.
And then they just kind of.
It's all of the times that they didn't. That's the issue.
Swagasm is looking onto OP Ivy. OP Ivy cannot. Like, that was atrocious. What can he do? What can Renekton do against Alawi? Other than waste her time, I guess.
He can give the turret. Smile.
Yeah, we do have a 4v4 on the top side. Idris is looking just to shove with the Baron. but he has to be careful. Does have the ulti. The way is here, but they know they have the ward in the jungle. Alawi's backed, so without Renekton being here, he's at half HP. This could be a 4v5. Breaking out on the top side. They do have the Ace-Low bomb. Zac is looking. This is not something you want to look for, Zac. Oh, he does cancel, but Idris could be in danger. He's going to get stunned up. Vimstat goes forward, but Idris does flash the ultimate, and gets a huge double kill there. Great outplay by Idris, and now the Ace-Low bomb gets dropped and hits a triple knockup, but it might have been a little too late there. That's going to be a 2-for-1. Oh, Ace-Low bomb killed the Xayah.
That Xayah living for that long is so illegal.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Great ultimate and great flash by Idris to dodge a lot of damage. They have to be careful here. They don't have the tank stats to... Oh, OP Ivy's dead. He's just dead. A little bit of a misplay. How is he worth a shutdown? Hold up. That guy is 2-7. Riot Games, hello?
No, bro, he has a little more farm than the Alawi, so like that's infinitely more gold.
Yeah, I guess. So in the end, the wrap up of that play, it was a 2-for-2 and a tower going over to Elysium Terra. It's a tier 2 tower, notably.
It should not have been a 2-for-2.
That's what it was, though.
What was the Renekton doing?
I don't know. Dragon is spawning in 2 minutes. Baron less than 2 minutes. The next objective that both teams are probably going to be looking at is the Baron. And yeah, I think Elysium Terra is exactly where they want to be. They have some pretty crucial leads here. And as long as they don't do like some very interesting plays, I think that they should have full control over the objectives.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that this isn't losable for ET.
Yeah,
with Fed members on Spectre's team being Diana, Aesol, and Alawi.
Yeah. Ooh, OP Kill Switch has started to fight onto Swagasm. Swagasm hits the soul on him, but will she be able to fight at 5v1? She does get an ulti onto 2, but Swagasm is going to die before she can get any meaningful healing. That's going to be a kill picked up, and that's 50 seconds before Baron. Her death timer is basically Baron's spawn timer. She does have the TP. It's nothing too out of control for them. A little bit of a misstep there. That is all.
Do you know Alawi builds? Does she normally go Fimbulwinter?
No, not at all. What is she CCing? Oh, it's slows too, right? She does have Iceborne Gauntlet. Maybe that's the case? Because for melee champions, it slows as well, right?
Well, I mean, it applies the AoE slow on the ground.
Yeah, but
I mean, like, I definitely feel like you can get better value out of something like a Spirit Visage this game.
Even a Gauge. OP's kill switch is going in, does hit the Q knockup onto the Aesol, and it forces Aesol to Hourglass while they're looking in deep, and that's going to be Hecarim picking up the kill on Aesol. There is a TP coming in from the Alawi, and Vimsat got a double ulti onto the carries, but he just doesn't have the damage to kill them, and now Renekton's in deep, buying time for his team. Dr. Dad is super low, and Swagasm drops the ulti once again, hits about 3 members, and that's it. It's going to be a 2-for-1. That should be Baron. Vimstat and Learning are dead.
That should be game.
I don't know if they can end, not without like a Baron pressure wave or something. They have too much wave clear. They are going to start up the soul point here over the Baron. Maybe they're looking to force a fight Baron, but Dr. Zway is getting some nice damage onto Paint Licker and Dr. Dad, kind of pushing them away from the fight. And Swagasm might be a little deep here. OP Kill Switch looks. Swagasm goes forward onto Zway, hits the soul onto Zway, but then gets CC'd. Can Zway survive? He should be able to. I don't think Alawi has the damage, and that's going to be a kill going over to Zway for Alawi trying to overstep. And that could put them in a crucial or optimal Baron position. Zway has the teleport. Vimstat is alive though.
That
so
8k gold lead is slowly turning into 10k.
Yeah. Does Aesol have the Dino Bomb? He almost does. He almost does. Can they delay to get him the Dino Bomb? That is the question. TP coming out as a way, but or not for Renekton. Oh, okay. OP Ivy might have overstepped, and he's gonna die to Paint Licker, but that's gonna be Baron getting picked up by Idris. Very little feet, kind of into that smite there, but luckily Idris was there to pick it up. All right.
I don't know. I don't know if I like that Acel ulti there.
Yeah. It wasn't the Mega Bomb, though, so it's not like he wasted that, right?
True.
Maybe he was looking
True.
to just get one out before he hit Mega Bomb because he knows no fight's going to happen.
Of course, with the Miss Smite, the Mega Bomb might have stolen the Baron.
True. That is also true. So, obviously, Elysium Terra in a commanding lead here, 10k up, but they have an extreme advantage, but they're definitely not out of the clear. They've lost some pretty significant fights, and they've been taking some pretty
Yeah.
bad trades, so if they can look for some advantage, Swagazm flashes forward onto the way, hits the soul, but OP kill switch is here. Acel is going for the kill. He drops the E, but Aeronia ulti hits Swagazm, and he gets just a solo kill on Swagazm in a 2v1.
Oh,
and now
no.
Learning's in trouble. Learning had the flash, dodges the Q. Dr. Dad and Paint Licker's here, and the exhaust goes down, but Learning gets exhausted as well. Learning is now in danger. Idris is here to pick up the kill.
Hook the Acel!
That's going to be the Mega Bomb drop, but nothing too crazy is going to happen. Vimsat goes forward, but the Xayah ulti dodges Vimstat's ult, and the Xayah ulti with the flash gets a huge feathers onto Vimstat, and now Furry Little Feet's going to chase down Dr. Dad. Dr. Dad cannot get away. OP kill
Spectre's
switches.
bot lane just forgot this is a team game.
Yeah, and that should be, like, what, 20 seconds onto the timers. Baron wave here. They just got to tank for the wave, and that should be game.
Why are you just letting the Acel get 2v1
Yeah,
to
they
there,
they
man?
kind of forgot Acel was their biggest win con, and they just let him die.
I don't know. This was quite a fiesta. This one was.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's because it's a Wednesday, you know. Maybe they're a little like frisky or something.
Yeah. This was the warm up. This was the warm up
Yeah.
game for both sides.
Yeah, true for both sides. Even though
They're splashing a little cold water on their face. Moving on to the next game.
even though Elysium Terra won that game was far from clean. Let's just say that they had some great plays in the early game, but once we transitioned to that mid game, it was just hell let loose. I don't know what we were watching there. It was
Non-stop fighting is what it was. Non-stop action.
All right, well, we're going to swing it off to a break while we kind of cool down. We need to cool ourselves down, to be honest. I don't even know what was going on. But we are going to swing it off to a break. We'll be right back as we set up game number 2 between Elysium Terra and Spectre Gaming. Don't go anywhere because we are in for quite a bloody series, I have a feeling. All right, hello, hello, hello. That was not a very long break, but both teams seem to be ready. We have Spectre Gaming versus Elysium Terra. I am joined by ChickenTheWing, still.
Haven't left.
How was your break? How was your about 2-minute break to cool down there?
Turned on my AC. We're nice and cool now.
Matter of fact, I should do that too. We do have a brighter band coming out of Spectre Gaming. Actually, my AC is on. It's just bad.
Oh. Shouldn't have lived in Texas.
Yeah, true. Anyways, we have Briar and Ezreal's picked a band for Spectre Gaming, while ET has dropped. Oh my god. Let me restart. Alright, so Spectre Gaming has banned Briar and Ezreal. Elysium Terra has opted to ban the Syndra. Once again, targeting Learning's pool, taking away the Jace. So they're trying to repeat the what seemed to work for them last game. They got Learning off of some of his key champions, and he got solo queued a few times by Zoe. So
Solo queued, huh?
solo killed, sorry. Look, it's been a long day. I'm not used to casting on a Wednesday. It's supposed to be a relaxing day, okay? And here I am, working my butt off. Anyway, Spectre Gaming has dropped the Zac ban. They were really respecting that Zac support pickup there by OP Kill Switch, and honestly, warranted. I feel like OP Kill Switch's engages is what won them the game there. Yeah, Hecarim got fed. Yeah, the Orianna got fed, but a lot of those fights and a lot of
Zac was a
PC
problem.
Yeah. This time they're taking away the Orianna, not letting Spectre Gaming get in the chance to first pick that, and they're going to opt to get the Jinx for PaintLicker69. So that's going to be a blind pick Jinx. She does have some weaknesses, but overall a very strong champion. So honestly, Xayah is available once again. I don't know, Elysium Terra has opted to go with their other AD carry Sigi instead of Idris. So Xayah, not bad into Jinx, but the Varus is going to be picked up. I wonder, what kind of Varus do you think we're going to be seeing here? On hit, AP, or lethality?
I think that entirely depends on the rest of the team comp.
Nope, you
whatever
gotta call
they
it now.
need. If they
You
need
gotta call
poke,
it now.
Okay, I'm calling if they need poke, they're gonna go lethality. If they need like a hyper carry, they're gonna go attack speed. If they need like AP burst damage, I think he might go AP.
That is the chicken's way. Let's just say.
Hey, that is, it's in my qualifications.
Ooh, and Frey Little Feet gonna pick up the Hecarim again. Do you think
Maybe
Vimstat,
attack speed Varus then?
Yeah, do you think Vimstat's bold enough to take the Diana into Hecarim once again?
I think he's gonna play something a little more early game because of the way the Hecarim was planned last game.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I think it may just be another.
It's a win trade if he doesn't, unironically. All right, we have the Nico, and there it is.
There it is.
Vimstat holding true to his word. He didn't take it up first game, so still going to flame him for that. But he did grab it in the second game. Nico has been picked up. Notably, last time Vimstat played Nico, he managed to get 2 minion ganks back to back.
Poor little baby
Yeah.
can't count. You can't count
Yeah,
your minions.
yeah,
You can't count to 6. Oh no,
That
poor
is-
baby.
That is what happens. So, let's see if he can do it again. We have the Tristana picked up. That's going to be Tristana mid lane for Learning. Kind of, oof. It is an interesting one. Tristana is very powerful, but that is going to force them into kind of a super AD heavy team. Nico, yes, is AP threat here, but you have to expect that Spectre Gaming is going for tanks and their other roles. Otherwise, how are they going to keep these AD carries alive? Akshan being the answer to Tristana.
Huh.
Who wins that matchup?
Could be an auction top still.
It could be, yes, but if that is an Akshan mid,
Oh, maybe a Varus mid with an auction ADC.
no, I swear I'm the only Akshan AD carry player because I'm the only one psycho enough to do it.
Very true, you are.
Let's be honest here. So both
I mean,
teams,
Tristana's obviously gonna win it early, but like auction. Once again, if you just play it a little safe and you don't int and you don't run it down.
yeah. So both teams have opted for the double AD carry strategy. However, Varus obviously can still go the AP builds. So not a true AD carry if he opts to do that. But Melio is going to be
Nasher's
banned.
Tooth is still in the game somehow.
Yeah, I believe Melio's going to be banned by Elysium Terra, whereas the Kinnan is going to be Spectre Gaming's ban.
I don't know if I like the Melio ban. Like, you have first pick, just pick it away from them if you're gonna ban it. It's really good with Varus.
So the reasoning why I think that they opted to ban the Melio instead of first pick it is because so far, if you look at the teams, right, you're getting no value, no ultimate value. Only looking at the ultimate, you get no ultimate value against Spectre Gaming.
I mean, you get it against the Nico.
Well, the Nico ult is a knockup, so you can't actually cleanse that. And the E...
It's a knockup into stun, so you don't need to cleanse it. You just want the tenacity, and it's also really good for the root. But, I mean, in general, you have a Varus in your lane, so you're not going to want to be playing around your ulti anyways. It's mostly going to be a little bit of W action that's going to be doing all of the work.
Yeah, but it's not for the lane.
It's really good with Varus.
I don't think they're really referring it to the lane. They're looking for the late game potential that Melio provides to AD carries, give him the extra safety.
Exactly. He presses W on the Varus, and then suddenly, boom, that guy's unkillable because he has a bonus 15% range.
Yeah, but Jinx can match it. So it's not really unkillable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jinx can just match it, huh?
Yeah. So Jinx's Q gives an extra 200 range. That is going to overcome any of the stat buff that Melio can give to Varus. So
I think you're sleeping on it, but
maybe I am. But we do have a Nautilus picked up for the side of Elysium Terra. Looking for that more of a engaged support here to pair with the Varus ultimate. Not terrible. Whereas Spectre Gaming opted for the Malphite. Great tank, great AP damage. Can be a little... That's a lot of danger there on the side of Spectre Gaming. They have the Nico ulti. They have the Malphite ulti. And Elysium Terra,
very immobile ADC
on
ET's team.
Elysium Terra has the double AD carry comp. That Hecarim, or that Malphite, can be a little bit of a problem. And they are going to get the Renata.
Yeah, he's going to be a little spooky.
That Renata...
He's also a very safe line pick unless they play something like a Mord. But, you know, they banned 2 AP top laners, so, like, you should be fine.
Yeah.
I think the only reasonable choice here would be, like, a Gwen.
Oh, they do have the Vladimir Hover.
Vlad's also
That's going to be Vlad locked in against the Malphite. Notably, we kind of glossed over it. Spectre Gaming got the Renata. Renata, super good this game. That is a team that wants to dive into yours, and they have 2 AD carries.
Yeah.
That is going to be the pick.
One of which having a 3-hit passive action.
Yeah, we are going to have to be watching that pick. We have to watch the Renata ultimates. I feel like Renata's ultimates are going to be absolutely key in Spectre Gaming's victory here, along with the Malphite engages. So,
this is definitely going to be a hard time for ET. Basically, every single lane in ET is going to be having a hard time this game, I think.
Yeah.
Because Nico's going to be able to just become a menace in the mid lane if Auction's trying to get ahead. Top lane, I mean, Malphite just, like, go Comet, start tier, and then you're going to have the safest game of your life. Just sit under your turret.
Yeah.
And then, like, their bot lane, I mean... Nautilus can't really play into a Jinx Renata. It's looking really tough for ET to win this, to be honest.
Yeah. I do agree there. I'm going to give the comp advantage and the draft advantage over to side of Spectre Gaming. So now, it's just going to come down to whether ET can outplay them or not.
I mean, if you're the better players, you're going to win, sure.
That is our only hope, in my opinion. Like
your only hope is to be better. ET.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that.
Yeah. Like I don't think ET's draft ever wins against Spectre Gaming unless they are just the better players.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
If you put the same player, like mirrored skill, mirrored everything onto all those champions, Spectre Gaming wins it hands down. Why are we in a blind pick?
Who made this lobby?
Interesting. It is what it is. I mean, if it gets us into the game faster, it gets us in the game faster, so that is A-okay. We're just not going to see the bans here on the draft, but that is fine. I hope it doesn't
okay,
mess with
we
any
already
stats.
saw the bans.
Yeah, I don't even know if anyone's doing stats, so not the end of the world here. All right, well, you have any last comments for either team? What you want to see, what you want to see them do? Anything?
Count your minions. If you can't count to 6, you shouldn't be playing League of Legends. Go back to kindergarten. I don't know.
All right, well, we're going to swing it off to a break while we load into the Rift for game number 2 between Spectre Gaming and Elysium Terra. Don't go anywhere. All right, hello, hello, hello. We are officially loaded into the rift between, for game number 2 between Spectre Gaming and Elysium Terra. We do have a little bit of a pause, but if me and Caleb are already synced up, then honestly we can just start the stream here. So Caleb, are you at 6 seconds right now?
I sure am at 6 seconds. I've been
All
at
right.
6 seconds for the past 3 minutes.
So we're gonna use this time while they are paused to talk about some summoner spells and ruin choices that both teams have gone for. Biggest thing is no cleanse on either of the 80 carry threats for the side of Spectre Gaming against a Varus, Varus, Hecarim, and Nautilus. Or Nautilus, I guess, isn't really an issue, but Varus and Hecarim, fears, CCs, slows, no cleanses. How do you feel about that?
You see, you got Ghost on the side of Jinx, so like, just don't get hit.
Yeah, but there are 3 ghosts to match that one ghost on the Vladimir, Hecarim, and the Varus. And
Yeah, you
Hecarim
can land
and
a skill
Vlad,
shot. I dare you.
Hecarim and Vlad both have phase rush. And guess what? Hecarim's ulti is as wide as a lane, so good luck not hitting that. Okay?
Come on, Bimstat, stop using Linux.
Yeah, Bimstat is trolling just a little bit here. Already 4 minutes into a
Yeah.
pause. Also, Learning has opted for the lethal tempo on Tristana. Not something you see too often. You typically see Hail of Blades or Press the Attack. So I feel like Tristana kind of loses some of that early game pressure that she would have over the Akshan. So maybe Akshan can find a way to turn this early game into an advantage with that Press the Attack. So
Maybe they're gonna buy coal and then just outscale the auction.
I don't
Consider
know.
that?
Do you really outscale a guy who can res this whole team with one well-timed kill?
Yeah, if you don't let them res.
Has reconnected.
All right, Bimstat has got the reconnect sign here. They should be unpausing soon, so we can get into this game and get ready for the bloodbath to ensue. So,
Assuming people haven't learned from last game.
oh, you think they would have learned that quickly? Come on, you know Bimstat. This
I
guy.
hope they would learn that quickly, otherwise, we're gonna see some more inting.
Yeah, but isn't that what we want? We love the ints. It's not our
Perhaps,
games.
perhaps that's what we want.
We love the Iron Elo gameplay mechanics that we are seeing right now.
True, true, very true.
All right, so we got the standard 5-point coming out for the side of, or actually for both sides here. So nothing too crazy is going to happen. The screen is going to freeze for a little bit because the pause was so long. So don't fret. The stream has not frozen. It is just the spectator. Ooh, OP kill switch and Siggy are together. Could they look for a little cheeky
30 seconds until
display of
minions
power
spawn.
here? Swagasm gonna do the. Oh, that's not Swagasm. That's Vimstat. Vimstat gonna do the little lame thing where he abuses the Nico clone and makes her sit there way longer than it should. Sorry.
Now that we're in the game, I feel comfortable talking about this. Bimstat has kind of like, I don't know if
Minions
he's
have spawned.
like seen videos or anything on it, but he's kind of like, in my eyes, pioneered the Nico wave clear early game, and he's kind of crazy with it. I've seen it. He's pretty fast with an early game clear.
But is he gonna do it
What do
this
you-
game?
What he
I-
does is he turns into a melee minion. Yep, he's doing it. He turns into a melee minion, and then he just, because the melee minion just has more base attack speed and attack damage, he gets a really fast clear onto his initial buffs and camps, and it allows for just an absurdly fast clear.
Yeah.
So
While
be
you were
expecting some early ganks.
while you were talking about that, we have a little bit of an engager onto Paint Licker. Paint Licker had to start her trap first. What an awkward thing for the Jinx to start. And while that was happening, Dr. Dad was getting wards in the bot side jungle for Vimstat to kind of know where the Hecarim is, but that could have costed them the lane there. And now we have a hook onto Dr. Dad. And that is just so much advantage here.
You definitely don't want to be giving prio to a Nautilus lane. That's never gonna go in your favor.
Yeah, and Paint Liquor is going to lose a lot here. Already had the back, has no CS, isn't level 2.
Oh,
It's just, and Dr. Dad is now kind of out of this too. He has pots, he did pop
yeah,
them.
he also has to back, otherwise one hook and he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, this is whew. Maybe they're looking for some Vimstat shenanigans with the minion wave. Maybe purposely giving cryo early.
Yeah, about that Jinx trap start. He was forced to start it earlier on because Nautilus was looking for an early game hook while they knew that Nico was topside.
Yeah. So, oh my god, I can't, dude, newsflash, any team that's watching, if you make me cast on a Wednesday again, I'm going to die. Thank you. I was not designed to cast on a weekday. Anyway.
Imagine having a day job, couldn't be me.
Vimstat has completed his full clear, has backed, got a Dark Steel plus a Dorn's Ring. He has been talking about the Dorn's item buffs, helping junglers a lot. So not surprised to see him get that. And Hecarim is just a little bit behind on the clear, 1 camp down, but he is getting the first scuttle of the game. But they know he's there.
Here comes the Nico, here comes the Nico.
Oh, Nico is coming as a minion into OP Ivy. He has to be careful here. She's off the map. That means she is transformed. OP Ivy has to count as minions here. I'm going back.
Let's see, we got 1, 2.
He already dropped
3.
the missing thing. He dropped the missing thing. He has to know. Yeah, there she goes. Vimstat's walking away. It's not going to work today. OP Ivy is on point with the counting.
He knows how to count.
He is the counting vampire, or what's his name, Count Dracula, or... Well,
It's just the count.
The count off of Sesame Street. Oh, a nice hook on to the Jinx here. OP Killswitch is looking for a fight, but Ghost is going to be popped there by Paint Liquor kind of early. So kind of a huge Summoner Spell to blow there for a fight that was already over.
The count, by the way, canonically, not a vampire. Did you know that?
Oh, well, neither is canonically Vladimir, so.
Well, I mean, sure, but
He's just
the
a
count
Geomancer.
is, by description of the creators, vampire-like. He's not a vampire.
So that makes him even more like Vladimir if you think about it, because Vladimir is also vampire-like, but we have to engage onto the bot side. That is going to be Paint Liquor flashing away from the Ignite on the Nautilus. And while that was happening, Zoe was looking for a kill onto Learning and got him super low. Oh, but the Nico is here as a minion, flashes forward, but Zoe almost picks up a kill there, but is not quite going to get it. And his E gets interrupted by Vimstat, and that's going to be first blood going over to Vimstat. But now Learning could be in danger.
Forgot how to count. POV, a minion walks up to you just out of nowhere. That's normal, right? That can't be a Nico.
Got some early game shenanigans coming out. That's 1 minion gank working for the Nico. Can she get more this game? Oh,
I'm thinking yes.
Hecarim is here. Vimstat has spotted him. Oh, and now this could be Vimstat in danger. He doesn't have his root right now, but Very Little Feet can't dive without his ultimate. That's gonna be him walking away.
Yo, dive this Nico. You can hit both at the same time.
So both AD carries in the mid lane going for very different builds. We have the Serrated Dart coming out for the Akshan, whereas Learning has opted for the Noon Quiver. Where's the Moon Quiver? No, Noon Quiver.
Probably a Kraken first on Tristana's side and a Collector first on Auctions.
Yeah, most likely. Both very strong items, especially in the early game. But
And pairing with Executes like an Auction ult just adds that much more.
Yeah, I feel like Hecarim should be starting this dragon up. His bot lane has basically permanent prio here, but it just doesn't seem like the dragon's very high on the radars for either of the junglers.
Never is. They want bloodshed.
Vimstat is on the top side. OPIV doesn't know she's here. So this could be a little bit dangerous. I don't know
Oh,
if they...
disguise yourself as one of the Vlad's minions. Perfect plan.
True. Vimstat has started up the Krugs. It's going to be Krugs going over to the Vimstat. Vimstat's doing a little bit of invading of his own, trying to get that CS gap closed. And now, oh, he's disguised his learning. Maybe OP Ivy will get baited. Vimstat, oh, a nice ulti there by the Malphite here, and that's going to make Vladimir pop his pull way too soon, and that's going to be a kill going over to Vimstat. He had flash. He could have flashed that ulti, but he's kind of disrespecting it.
He thought the puddle would be enough, because usually it is. I hate that ability.
Yeah, he didn't puddle the Malphite ult or the Nico ult, crucially there, so that's probably why he died. But even with those 2 kills, Elysium Terra is still ahead by 200 gold, so the CS advantage is being accrued in the top and bot, and even in mid are playing a huge part in their gold lead. Oh, level 6 has popped for the Varus and the Nautilus. Paint Liquor and Dr. Death have to be careful here. They should be looking for a fight here before they can hit 6 themselves.
So I'm seeing the Malphite did not go the tier build, which personally I think is a little awkward of a choice for him.
The tier build for Fimbulwinter? All right, we could have hold on.
It's kind of like a Tarek.
All right, give me 1 second. We could have a dive
Malphite
here.
is.
We might have a dive here. Hecarim is seen in the bush. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't want something this action heavy to go missed. But it looks like they're just gonna walk away. I'm so surprised that they didn't go for this. The Varus has ulti, the Nautilus has ulti, the Hecarim has ulti. How are you not just diving these guys?
And yet nothing happens.
Yeah, all right.
As I was saying, the tier on the Malphite is kind of like a Tarek tier, you know? You don't buy it to finish it. You buy it so that you can actually survive in lane. So, like, while a Fimbulwinter is good on Malphite, just the tier in general for the amount of mana that item gives is going to be better, and why you get the item especially first.
All right, the dive,
But
it looks like it's coming
for
through. The Nautilus does drop the ulti here. Dr. Dad has dropped the ult forward, so that's going to make Siggy hit his support, but that is going to be him dying, and the revive goes in for Paint Liquor here. Can Varus get the snipe? He cannot. What a tragic dive there. Swagasm goes forward and gives the kill over to the Tristana. And that was just so poorly played there. They waited till Paint Liquor and Dr. Dad were level 6 to go for that dive. Just, what are you doing? You don't dive a Renata level 6. I'm sorry.
They want a game 3, man.
Apparently.
They're having too much fun in this game.
You know who doesn't want a game 3? This guy.
You, because you're tired. You're a sleepy little boy. Sleepy little boy need his nap time, need his milkies.
Yeah, Vimstat flashes forward with the Pop Blossom and does connect it on to Zoe. Now Zoe misses the E and he's just going to die to Tristana. Everything is falling apart.
I thought for sure he was missing that ulti.
Yeah, everything's just kind of falling apart for the side of Elysium Terra, and now Swagasm's looking to tower dive. He tanks 2, and now he flashes and then dies. Good pickup there by OP Ivy. Brave little feet looking to try to get rid of this Herald before they can get any more plates. That should be 3 plates going over to Learning and Vimstat. And there it is. And another pause.
Oh my. Who is it this time? Who is it this time? AD/IRL gap. I see. Well, their dog puke on their carpet or something?
All right, sorry. What were you saying?
Saying the ADC is having an IRL gap right now.
AD/IRL gap. What could be happening? Nobody knows. But he's taking away my precious sleeping hours.
Let Frostbyte take a nap, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I'm taking a nap right now. Matter of fact,
All right, I got this.
good night.
Frostbite hate cast is back on.
We do have quite a look. Listen, guys, I get it. Playing who disconnected? OP Ivy said 88. Okay, so
Nobody
Siggy.
disconnected.
Well, it's the same thing as disconnecting. Let's be honest here. Um, and it's
I'm gonna
unacceptable.
disconnect you.
Matter of fact, Siggy, get out of here. Bring back Idris.
Oh,
All right. Obviously, you weren't prepared. Okay. All right. Anyways, enough of the flames. So we are looking at a 1K or almost a 1K gold gap inside in favor of Spectre Gaming here. So what do you want to see out of Spectre Gaming to kind of continue to push this lead that they are accruing for themselves? And then in the reverse, while we're waiting for this unpause, what do you want to see Elysium Terra do to counteract that?
well, I mean, when you're playing Spectre and you got a lead, right? And it's on your jungler, you want to be playing for some objectives from Dr. Dad. Dr. Dad needs to be looking to get some vision to help out Vimstat. Vimstat needs to be ganking these solo lanes, and specifically this top lane here. You can't be fighting this Vladimir. You're never gonna win that 1v1 as a Malphite. You're a champion that builds armor. Like, if you look, he built plated steel caps, which I mean makes sense, but like against a Vlad, I don't know if building that early right away instantly is the play. You're not going to be able to have enough mana to sustain your Qs in lane. You got to be playing that as safe as you possibly can, but instead he's forcing fights and losing them. You want to wait for your jungle to get up there and help you out. So don't lose a lead by running it.
Yeah, we do have quite a notable CS lead in the top side. It is a 40 CS lead in favor of Vladimir, and we have a 30 CS lead in the bot side for Varus. So despite that that gank going quite bad for the Varus and Nautilus against Paint Liquor and Dr. Dad, they're definitely nowhere near being behind. He's actually ahead in items right now because
Yep.
of the gold being picked up in the farm. All right, looks like we have unpaused. So hopefully teams don't get too discombobulated with where they're at, with what they're trying to do. It does happen to the best of us. Dragon is still up, by the way. Neither team has claimed it. Absolutely disgusting.
You were saying?
We do have some pings down, but no movement. All right, them stats back in. No vision control there for either team, really. I guess the closest vision control would be for this Elysium Terra. They have the closest pink ward to the Dragon Pit. Vimstat is pathing to the top side, so Hecarim maybe looks...
Oh, that is not the smartest choice, pathing top here.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, you got farm bot lane if that's what your
Zwei is
concern
looking for a fight. Learning doesn't have the greatest... I felt like Zwei could have went forward there. Hecarim was right there. His team, they're just playing a little too scared. They were playing super aggressive the first game, and now they're just kind of playing... just scared, I guess. That's the best word for it. Finally, the dragon has been started up there.
Someone gets it.
Yeah.
Red team has slain the
Dragon
dragon.
goes, oh, and Malphite ults onto the Vladimir. The Vladimir gets hit by the root. He does have the pull, drops the pull, but Vimstat still has the ultimate. And this should be OB Ivy dead, but he's going to get, almost gets the trade kill onto Swagasm. But now can Vimstat 1v1 a 2-level leaded Vladimir here? He's looking for them powered Q, but doesn't get into range. That was almost as bad as the bot lane gank. This Vlad has a 2-level lead on both the top and the jungle, by the way. That's how much CS he's gained in advantage.
Yeah. While the Malphite TP'd down bot lane to make the gank go in their favor, the Vlad was just farming top lane, getting a bigger lead.
Gonna have to pop his ulti to get away.
Which, I mean, like, if you are the Malphite, it's definitely how you want to be playing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're not winning that lane.
Never in a million years. Unless you build correctly. But here we are, still only armor
I
item.
mean, even if you build
Varus
correctly,
drops the
best
ulti
you can
but
do is go
misses,
easy.
and then Dr. Dad hits the Q onto Sage. OP kill switch, drops the ulti, hits a double knockup, but Sage's about to die to Paint Licker. Paint Licker's gonna get excited. A nice hook there by OP kill switch to save Sage. Now Sage is looking for a snipe, but OP kill switch is just gonna kill Paint Licker on his own. That was a pretty big ultimate missed by Sage, but OP kill switch there to save the day.
Yeah. Ooh. Some action mid.
Zway is looking,
Oh.
but goes away. Learning jumps forward, gets the W reset here, and Zway is
Oh.
just dead. Almost gets the kill,
That
but
was so close.
yeah. See a little bit of that AD mid fighting action. He has got the Yomu's Ghostblade first item onto the Akshan over the Collector. If he had Collector there, I think Learning's dead.
Most definitely, yeah.
And now we have the Wolf gank of the Sentry here, but everything misses. Oh, but he does get a triple Q, so some good damage.
Bro, you're getting ganked by a jungle camp. That's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder who it could be. Not
Definitely
my jungle.
just the wolf.
Not my jungle. Alright, now Swagasm is looking a little rough here. Already dropped down to half HP. Doesn't have any anti-heal. Doesn't have anything. OP Ivy is going a little bit deep there. Gets the ultimate onto Swagasm while Swagasm ults him, and that should be a kill
Ooh,
for a
good
kill.
Nico ult. That was so well timed.
Yeah, so that's going to be a kill picked up for the Nico, but a solo kill picked up by OP Ivy, buying his team time to make plays around the map. We could look another dive in the bot side. A little dangerous. Dr. Dad has the ultimate and the revive mechanic. So hopefully we don't see anything too out of control go here.
Sekram is just living in Spectre's red side every game.
Yeah. He's going to pick up all three of the camps. He is going to get spotted on wards, though. They shouldn't dive this. They know that Vimstat is on a reset. They spotted Learning roaming down. That's why the Akshan's moving. All right.
Okay, guys. ET, you need to count your mid laners here, okay? If there's more than one mid laner, then you got a Nico somewhere.
Yeah, Learning and Zoe both kind of hovering. They don't really know what to do right now. Alright, so Zoe has opted to push the mid lane, and Tristana is here though. Does jump over the wall to get to it. And they do know that this is no longer a Tristana bot. Oh, a nice hook onto Vimstat here. Can they turn it into more? That's going to be a Nautilus ult onto the Nico, and that's going to be Nico dead. A shutdown going over to the Varus. It's just a little bit too aggressive there by Vimstat.
Yeah, he accidentally autoed a minion, revealing that he was in that bush, which was unfortunate.
Swagasm's looking for a fight on a Fairy Little Feet. Fairy Little Feet isn't that tanky. Swagasm does have the ulti, and Learning is in position. The ultimate is going to go not forward yet. We do have a fight happening in the bot side. Dr. Dad is going to hit a double ulti onto them. OP kill switch is dead here, but Sigi gets the kill in return, and now Dr. Dad is in danger. He's going to die to Sigi while a fight in the top side was happening. And now we have OP Ivy diving. That's going to be a kill picked up by the Vladimir. I almost want to rewind for that fight, but I don't feel like messing with that. So Vladimir killed the Malphite and Tristana. That is what happened there. For anyone
I
that was
played a
missing.
game against a Vladimir today. That guy's a menace. I hate playing against a Vlad.
Yeah. First tower going to get picked up. Oh, actually, Vladimir already got first tower. So another tower going to get picked up by the Varus. So it's going to be a double tower advantage. And they've turned that once 1,000 gold deficit into a 4,000 gold lead for the side of Elysium Terra. How do you feel about that?
A gold lead being in the game? I always like having a gold lead.
How do you feel about Elysium Terra turning their 1k gold deficit into 4k gold lead?
I mean, like, based on last game, it's not that surprising. Especially when it seems like both junglers just don't want
Yeah.
to play around objectives.
Did you just see what I just witnessed? Bimstat just walked at the Hecarim
Yeah.
as the wolf, did absolutely nothing until he was basically dead.
Yeah, a little bit of disrespect. Maybe thought that he'd be confused as to why a wolf is in the river.
Yeah, interesting. They got some stuff to look at. I'll just say that much. Okay. Anyways, dude, it's so hot. Ugh. Ugh. All right.
My room's cooled down significantly.
All right, so we got the Hex Fox over by OP kill switch. He does drop the ulti onto the Tristana. Tristana is going to die here. Nice Varus ulti to pair with the Nautilus hook, and that's going to be a kill going over to OP kill switch. A nice pick there. This should open up an angle for a potential Baron contested fight with the Tristana dying, but Tristana does have the ultimate. Bimstat is here. OP Ivy is looking. So that's just going to be blue buff going over to Furry Little Feet.
I think they're all looking. They definitely should be. They just win fights with the Vlad being as fed as he is.
Way is looking for some nice poke damage here. He's looking for the angle with the ultimate. Doesn't get it, but the Nautilus hook does confirm it with the ignite. And now Hecarim is looking, but the Malphite TP's in, hits a double knockup, and that's going to be OP kill switch drop down to 1. Can Swagasm get it? Oh, he can't quite get it now. Furry Little Feet's trying to push away, but Pop Blossom goes forward, hits the Varus here, and gets the kill. And now Furry Little Feet's in a little bit too deep, and that's just going to be the entire side of Elysium Terra dying here. But the Vladimir comes in huge and cleans up that fight.
Did that Nico just rubber band on your screen?
Yeah, it did kind of look like that. I don't know what happened there. Maybe a little bit of lag. But
because he was definitely in range to hit both ADCs, but then got pushed back and didn't.
Was Nautilus alive?
That was unfortunate.
No, did Nautilus hook him back a little bit? Maybe. I don't know.
Ooh, actually, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nautilus might have just saved that fight.
Yeah, the fight was. I look, my casting's a little off today, so I wasn't paying too much attention. All right, but before Akshan died, he got a double revive there. By the way, don't know if you saw that. But a very annoying mechanic in the game.
Their team is full of those.
Yeah, Vladimir has the Magi Soul Stealer now. 10 stacks, ready to keep it going. So prediction, is it going to end the game with 0 or with 25?
I mean, like, there's an obvious curse when it comes to that item. He's gonna die at least once, you know. Also, that was very unfortunate.
Siggy still in the red buff from Vimstat. Vimstat is not having a very good game.
Yeah, he's not having a very. I'm tilted if I'm him, man.
Malphite is
they're in my jungle the entire time.
OP kill switch has spotted the Malphite. The Malphite unstoppable force is ready. Could he be looking? They are in the Baron pit. They're going to be grouped. Dr. Dad is here. Dr. Dad's going to drop the ultimate, but it only hits 1. And now Vladimir flashes forward to get the kill onto the Jinx before Dr. Dad can res him. And now the Malphite ults onto the Varus to get the knock up there. And Furry Little Feet is dropped super low. And Swagasm's going to pick up the kill, but Vimstat dies on the back end of that. Now OP Ivy is here to do what he pleases. No one can stop him. Does he have the pull? He goes to pull forward, and that's going to be a dead learning there. Now Dr. Dad's just going to get chased down. And that's going to be a 4 for 1. And the revive from the Akshan just makes it as if nothing ever happens. And that is putting Vladimir...
also healed 1,000 from 1Q.
Yeah, Vladimir immediately put down, or up to 25 Magi stacks. And it is just absolutely tragic.
Yeah. Remember what we said at the start of the game?
What?
Skill difference.
Skill gap.
That's kind of what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Because they even had an early game lead. But it just slipped through their fingers. It was so unfortunate. I don't know, what are your thoughts? Maybe we were wrong about draft?
I definitely think that... Look. You cannot look at this draft and think Spectre Gaming has a bad draft here. Their draft is absolutely insane. Oh, we do have a fight though while I'm talking about that, and that's just gonna be Dr. Dad dying there.
But things like that just keep
Exactly.
happening. That's not because of your draft,
It's
Dr.
not the
Dad.
draft. It's not the draft. Vimstat just gets half health there by one Vladimir Q. But yeah, I don't like the Malphite pick when Vladimir is an option here, and Dr. Dad's just gonna go in there for a double kill. What can you do to stop him? No one can. Learning is trying to do the best he can, but that's going to be a triple kill picked up by the Vladimir. Can he get the Quadra? So Agasm's looking to try to get away, but OP Ivy's damage is just too much, and that's going to be a Quadra kill picked up. Can he get the Penta? 3 seconds here. He does have the opportunity. Dr. Dad's walking forward. Is he going to give the Penta over to the Vladimir?
It's also 1 HP.
OP Ivy does get hit there, and
I think
OP Ivy's looking. He's going to get the W in, and that's going to... Oh, no, the shutdown going over to Dr. Dad, but that's just going to be the game.
I think the Malphite lane and the top lane is fine. I think that's good. You just have to build it correctly, and he didn't. I don't think he did at all. The tier is so important into that lane. Well, that's our second and final game of today.
Yeah, very well played there by Elysium Terra. They showed that even with a slight draft disadvantage, that they're not a team to be messed with. So congrats there.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the MVP here? Who are we giving this to?
Me personally, I think I saw quite the performance from ET's support. What about you?
I do agree. The Zac was absolutely huge. OP Kill Switch also played Nautilus very well. So let's see if we can get him in here for a little bit of an interview. I don't know if we have anyone online that can drag him in. I'm not going to lie.
Ito, you here?
I don't think Ito's here.
Ito. Let's just move into general voice then.
Yeah. All right, we'll go up to general voice. Let's see if we can get your boy.
Kill Switch, get in here.
Is it Kill Switch? Is that? Oh, okay.
Hey, man.
Hey,
hello.
how's it going? How's it going?
Doing good. Congratulations on your win. You had such an amazing performance there, especially on the Zac. They even had to ban it. How are you guys feeling after those games? Because you guys did have quite a tragic loss last week with your ban losses, which I feel like played a pretty big part into it. But how are you guys feeling after being able to come back and swing strong?
Yeah, I think we're feeling good. This is actually my first week with the boys. I was a sub.
Oh.
I'm not normally a support. But yeah, we had fun. I think we were feeling pretty good. We
performed well.
Thanks. Yeah, but I think in general we were feeling pretty ready. We felt like a lot of the loss, like you said, was pretty heavily based on just not having our normal. I mean, our superstar jungler was playing 80 carry. Very, very less than ideal. But
Yeah. No. You.
I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That first game, did you expect it to be that big of a fiesta?
Oh no, I mean literally our jungle. Well, okay, I say I didn't, but my jungler said I'm gonna level 1 invade the Diana, and at that point I had a little bit of an idea that like it's probably gonna just be a clown fiesta from this point on.
Kills only this point forward.
Our jungler also warmed up for the series by playing Twitch support and just perma roaming. So he's
wow.
he's gone full degen, so that's why he's that's the result. We get nonsense going on.
Yeah, there was a lot of early game plays around your jungler. Honestly he almost would have earned the MVP spot, but he did do some quite interesting plays, a little bit too aggressive, and I feel like honestly without some of your engages that were happening throughout that game and even in the second game, that game was very losable for you guys. But you hit some nasty Zac E's, some great Qs onto very key targets. I was surprised at how many you were hitting, to be honest. Like you hit so many on the Lucian that I felt like he could have just dashed away from. So, like, were you predicting like a dash, or were you just trying to drop it right on top of him and just hope he doesn't react?
I mean, like a little bit of both. I am like a very big Zac. I play jungle mid normally, and I play Zac in both those roles. So this is like my very comfort champion.
Okay.
Even though I don't think it's like great, I think it's like decent support. But I think the Qs are pretty Sometimes you have to predict, but I mean, I not try to flame, but they weren't really dodging much,
Yeah.
so I kind of just started throwing them at them, and
Yeah.
they were hitting.
All right. Caleb, do you have any more questions for our boy OP Kill Switch?
Yeah. How much fun did you have?
Oh, it was. I mean, yeah, it was. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, enjoy playing with the boys. We got a good, fun inting crew. I mean, it'll be very interesting. This is like not my typical style of play of just like monkeying perma, but it's new and it's fun. So I guess I'll just embrace the chaos.
All right. Well, is there anyone that you want to shout out before we do conclude the stream for today?
Yeah, I want to shout out our top laner, LP Ivy. He ran drafts for us, and I felt like he pulled out two banger drafts for us those games. So that
Yeah,
was huge.
we were a little worried about the second game draft, let it be known, but like, and
I
it wasn't.
never
We,
doubted for a
we didn't
second.
we didn't think that they draft bad. We didn't think they drafted bad. It's just we think if Spectre Gaming was on point, because they definitely felt like they were a little off today, they would have quite heavily. Like that was our ideal draft. Let's be honest. They had the
I
Malphite,
think
they had the
if they
Nico. The only
they
problem
they
for
should have
them
they
was the
should have
Vlad.
drafted Braum. That they shouldn't have drafted because we were getting huge advantages. But we kind of inted by forcing a dive. But
Yeah, no,
if they go Braum, this lane is like so much easier for
I,
them. But we just were perma hitting hook, and they also entered their level. I don't know.
honestly,
Like draft plays a hill, but they also
yeah.
pretty heavily
Honestly,
inted.
though, I don't dislike the what's her name, Renata. Like, you guys have
Nada.
double AD
Yeah.
carry. Both of you guys went on hit. You have a Hecarim and you have a Nautilus. All those targets are great for the Renata ulti, but you guys were definitely outperforming them there, except for that one botched dive, obviously.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I felt like the Renata was warranted. It was a great pick in my opinion. But yeah, maybe there were some better options like a Braum. Braum being like one of those staple picks into Nautilus.
Just for the lane, I just felt like our jungler like it just felt like we just had three winning lanes and
Yeah.
yes numbers were pretty like even when we were inting it just felt like gold was even because we were
Yeah, it
FCS.
was. It was. We were watching the gold the whole time. It was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Caleb, for casting this game with me. I am going to send it and end it for the stream today. We should have the next set of games this Saturday. It's going to be Lexi's Rat Emporium versus the free agent team at 6 p.m. EST, and then followed up by FFZ versus BBC at 9 p.m. EST. So I hope to catch everyone there. I hope to see the support for both teams. And other than that, I hope everyone has a good night and gets some well-needed rest, because I sure know I do. All right.
See everyone.
Thank you for joining us.